Boys and girls, if you're like me, you are getting pretty excited to finish this lesson up. It's been pretty challenging to make sure that we're getting it just right. So let's finish up these last couple of things, okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to basically take these purple pointy cones off the tops of the towers, and we're going to replace them with something that looks more like a battlement, something that looks more like an actual castle, okay? So we're going to explore the power of delete, okay? Let's jump down to the instructions. It says select the towers and ungroup them, and then continue, okay? So basically, let's just press something and see what's, okay, so this is the original wall and two towers, and it's grouped together with the other two walls, but not still, let's just ungroup everything. There, now everything should be ungrouped, except those are still grouped together, so let's ungroup that. Now, if I click on any part of this, like the wall or the cone, okay, that should all be ungrouped. Let's keep going until everything is ungrouped. Let's try it. See if we can ungroup all of that. Okay, I don't know if it's letting me ungroup all of that. Let's see if we can select the towers only. So I'm trying to ungroup those, and it's not letting me, strangely. Okay, so that's something interesting, because how am I going to select that cone? Oh, okay. It'll at least let me select, okay. So it'll let me select the cones and delete them. So that's what we're going to do. But let's go to the next step and see what it says. It says select the cones, delete them. That's it. So we're going to select the cones and delete them. Select the cone, delete, select the cone, delete, select the cone, and let's ungroup that. And now we should be able to select the cone, and let's delete that. Perfect, okay. And now continue to the next step. Here we go. Number 17, it says the work plane helper. What we're going to do is we're going to click on the helper menu, so way up here, and we're going to drag a work plane out, and we're going to lay it on top of the short cylinders. Now, the short cylinders are right there. Okay, so let's see what that did. That created a work plane for us on top of the short cylinders. Can you see that? So we can put something on the short cylinders now, okay? So let's continue to the next step. It says building your battlements. So now we have the work plane helper. It says drag out a polygon and stretch it out till it's 26 millimeters, and then shrink it until it's 5 millimeters tall. Okay, so we're going to drag out, let me get myself out of the way here. We're going to drag out a polygon. There it is right there, polygon. We're going to drag out a polygon and stretch it until it's 26 millimeters from point to point. And right now, let me back out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. So let's see how big this is. This is 20. Let's make it 26. 26. Boom. Except that's not the one we wanted to do. So hang on a second. I'll undo that. Let me drag it over here a little bit so we can see it a little bit better. We want to make sure this is 26 by 20. Okay, how about we'll just do this. We'll just click on the corner and we'll type 26 into both of these boxes. We'll make this one 26 also, 26. So it should be 26 by 26, and now we need to shrink it until it's 5 tall. And you can either, there it is, 4, 5, right there. There, that's it. Okay, drag out okay, now it says drag out a cylinder and change it to a hole in the inspector. Okay, so let's get what is happening with my view? Okay, hold on, boys and girls. I'm going to pause this video and I'll come right back. Okay, boys and girls, here we go. We're going to drag out, so we're on step 2. We're going to drag out a cylinder and change it to a hole. Okay, so actually, why don't we just drag out the whole of the cylinder? Let's just drag that out, put it on the work plane. Now it says resize the cylinder to 16 millimeters in diameter. Okay, so let's go 16. just type 16 in there and 16 in there. There we go, 16 by 16. And align the cylinder to the hex. So we're going to pick both of these objects. We're going to select align, and we're going to rotate the view around so we can see what we're doing. We want to align them together. So remember, we want to pick the middle ones, right? Along that axis and then along that axis, right? So now they're aligned together. If you need to replay the video, go ahead. Okay, now group them together. So let's select both of them. Okay, and we're going to group them. And now we're going to align the battlement to the first tower. So we're going to take this thing right here, and we're going to align it to the tower. So to select it, and now we're going to align, and we want it to be centered this way and this way. Except that we should have made sure the tower was still grouped to the walls. So that's what we have to do first. Before we start moving the tower around, we want to make sure that all of, let's get this out of the way. And let's make sure that this is all selected, band selection. Let's group everything back together. So that way when we move one tower, we move the whole thing, right? Now let's take this and we're going to align it to this tower right here. Let's align them. Okay. No. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm just going to drag this. I'm just going to nudge it over into place. And like that. That's good enough. Visual, you don't need to align everything, boys and girls. The visual is good enough. Look at that. It's perfect. And well, it might need a little nudging, a little bit this way. That looks good. That's fine. That's fine, boys and girls. That looks just fine. And you can don't forget you can color all these objects yourself. That looks perfectly centered to me. I think that's good. So, and then we're going to continue to the next step. So let's go. I'm going to stop the video. I'll see you in the next video for part 19. We're going to wrap this up. Whew, thank goodness.